Ooh, welcome back everyone to Houston Life. Well, Instagram fans know our next guest as the beautiful and delicious creator of You're Beautiful and Your Food is Delicious. I didn't mean to say you're delicious.
Focus, Bill. I know she's beautiful.
I wouldn't know if you're delicious. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Gosh.
Anyway, today, Lauren Sotomayor has got some, spooky bites and downright scary sips.
This is great. And Lauren, this is, whether you're hosting a Halloween party or you just want to up your game and surprise your kids when they get home, you have the best ideas. Bill, you got to check out her Instagram because it really is. You have such a following because
I keep
stuff
it
is
so
beautiful.
simple. Like
simple, but
simple.
beautiful.
3 ingredients.
3 ingredients?
Yeah, I mean, let's get at it.
I might even be able to handle that. Okay.
Okay, so what are we starting with over here?
This is a virgin, non-alcoholic cider punch.
Great.
So all you're gonna do in those cups is 1/3 part, so like 1/3 of the cup of apple cider, and I buy the pre-spiced kind, so you don't have to add anything to it.
Got it. I love these giant cubes. You put like little orange slices in there?
I did. Those are candied orange slices, just to make it cute.
Okay.
So we have 1/3 of the cider, and then 1/3 of the way, we're gonna do some ginger beer.
Okay.
And then just top it off with some club soda. I found that really yummy spiced cider club soda.
Ginger beer is non-alcoholic.
Correct.
Okay.
It's like a more spicy version of ginger ale.
Oh.
Okay.
It's delicious.
All right. Is there any one particular brand you like? Or?
You know what? There's so many good ones. I'm not going to say which one not to buy because I don't know what the trademark copyright stuff is.
Right.
But yeah.
And then you add the apple to it?
And then add some apples in there.
There you go, Bill Spencer.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Wanna do a
enjoy.
little taste
Cheers.
test?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
try that. That is the apple cider punch. And you can add vodka to it if you like. You can add salted caramel vodka, regular vodka. But that is just non-alcoholic, so you can serve it to the kiddos, to anybody.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's so good. The
It really
spiced
is.
cider, I can really taste like a cinnamon, kind of like a nutmeg.
Nutmeg,
and
a little
clove.
allspice in there.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
good
it.
stuff.
Oh, God.
And then if you want to actually hit the hard stuff, this is the spooky sangria. This is like one of my very favorite red wine sangria. And Bill, I think you're going to help me out with this,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we're just going to start. There's a cup of blackberries right there in front. If you want to dump those into that pitcher. So this one we're going to batch. So this is great for making for a crowd.
It's very smart.
So all of the blackberries, and then you're going to do a 1/2 cup of both blackberry liqueur and black currant liqueur, which black currant liqueur is creme de cassis. So you're just going to add a 1/2 cup of that.
This is a 1/2 cup right here?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll fill that up.
Berry liqueur. And this is important, right? Because you want your sangria, well, there is wine in it.
Correct.
If you don't put enough of like the sweeter liqueurs, it might just taste like red wine.
Like red wine with ice in
With
it, which
ice,
doesn't go well.
Okay.
Do we do anything with this one?
Yeah, let's muddle up those blackberries for a second first. Just smush those blackberries. Once you get the booze in there, muddle that up, and then you're gonna dump in an entire bottle of red wine.
An entire bottle?
An entire bottle.
I like that. I like that. Wow.
So we've
Some
got
serious drinking.
We have a bottle of red wine and
So we're not dealing with those little martini glasses this time. We're getting down, okay?
With the pint.
Getting serious.
it's a mega pint situation. So throw in that whole bottle of red
whole
wine
thing. All
and
right.
then at least 8 ounces of pomegranate juice after that red wine goes in.
Does it matter? Could it be like a red blend, a cab, a merlot, a pinot noir?
Do you want to know my favorite secret?
What?
If you are making sangria, use wine that you've had on hand that you aren't going to drink. Maybe it's not your favorite varietal. If you don't like cab, if you don't like merlot, but you've had a bottle sitting in your shelf, use that because you're never going to really tell.
I've
in a
never had
sangria.
wine that I don't drink.
We don't discriminate. And now let's dump that pomegranate juice in there, and
now the
that will
pomegranate.
really give it sweet. And that's 16 ounces. You can throw the whole thing in
The whole thing?
I just want to show your also fancy ice cube over here. What, is this just a plastic
It's a little
spider
plastic
ring?
spider, yeah. If you can buy those cute little plastic spiders, I just wash them really well first with some dish soap, and then you can just give that a mix and pour it right in here.
Okay.
And look at the color of this sangria. It's so fun. Little spooky.
Wow.
And with that spider
Awesome.
web in there.
I love it.
There
And a
you
fun
go.
surprise for your guests. Cheers, Bill. Go for it.
You sure?
You gotta
Okay.
try it.
Go for it.
Okay.
While he tries this, you've got a couple food items. One is like a pumpkin cheese ball. The other is kind of a gross-looking
It is
prosciutto
gross.
hand.
The prosciutto hand. It's tasty.
Oh my God, that's delicious. No, really.
You could have a couple of them.
A couple. I drink 5 of these right now. Be carrying me out of here.
Okay.
Carrying me out of the studio.
I'm gonna give you guys a really quick tip and trick. If you're trying to make a cheese ball, but you don't have the time to come up with all the ingredients, mix it together, just get a wheel of boursin.
I love boursin.
Yeah, it's so easy. What I've done with this one already is I've just put it on some saran wrap, smushed it out kind of into a pumpkin shape, wrapped it with twine, which you can start unwrapping that,
Very
Derek.
clever. Okay, unwrap.
So I just put it back in the fridge so it kind of keeps that nice pumpkin shape with the twine.
I see. You don't leave the twine on it.
Yeah, and then you just take that right off, and you can just leave it on that saran open. And then if you want to throw on gloves, either of you, or if you don't mind getting a little cheesy.
Cheesy.
I mean, the Cheese Chica is here.
Cheesy
so.
is my middle name. Okay.
So perfect.
Cute.
And then you're just going to add a little of that orange shredded cheese to that.
Okay.
And just kind of easily pack it in on the sides.
Oh. So the goal is to entirely cover this thing.
Yeah, and you want to
with the
make it look
cheese.
like a pumpkin.
Okay, gotcha.
And so you can do this like you are and just pat it in and really make sure you're getting those segments of the pumpkin. You can leave it in the saran wrap, dump the cheese on there, and then wrap it back up and kind of really make it look that way.
Oh, I see. You could put it back over it.
Yeah, and
grab
make
the
it
string.
really have that nice type. But look at this cute little touch.
Oh, look at that.
This
Perfect.
is just the top of a bell pepper.
That's
Perfect.
adorable.
And you carved it into the pumpkin, the boursin cheese. You carved
just using that twine.
using the twine. Yeah.
Super
So
cute.
easy.
And then serve it with these little crackers.
Yes, and you just dip right in there, and it's delicious. And honestly, if you have a great cheese ball recipe, you can make that and use that as well. But using the boursin is so easy.
It's so cute. What are these, by the way?
Oh my gosh. I wanted to elevate the little like mummy wrapped hot dogs that we make for kids. So instead I did an organic Chardonnay chicken apple sausage. Wrap it with some crescent roll strips, throw some candy eyeballs on there. Look how cute those are.
Candied eyeball.
Yeah.
They're really, really cute. Sorry, my eyeballs fell off. But
Don't you always
these are
want eyeballs
adorable.
with your hot dogs?
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Okay, fight to the finish because we're tight on
we've
time.
got to do this. So I already traced my hand on a piece of parchment paper, and so Bill, what you're going to do is take these creepy prosciutto fingers, lay them where those fingers are, and I'm just going to slip around you real quick, and I'm going to help.
What's it wrapped in?
So those are just fresh mozzarella sticks wrapped in prosciutto.
Oh.
And then look, we're just going to take this boursin, and since you're gloved, just kind of pat that down.
Smush it down.
Yep, pat it down.
Fun.
We're trying to get that little hand shape. Look how easy that is, though.
Okay.
And then all you do is just take any prosciutto, and it is okay if you rip it. If you know how prosciutto works, it shreds, it rips, it can be a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But you are literally just going to layer it on here, and I'll
that's
hand you
perfect.
these.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And you just cover up that boursin with, and it's cool if there's like little strips of it, if you rip holes in it. I mean, this is like a severed hand, which is delicious.
Which is very appetizing.
What it looks like.
Very
yeah, my gosh.
appetizing.
Yeah.
You can even use like a roasted red pepper or even some ketchup at the hand part. Stick
Down
a
there?
knife right in there.
That's
and then
ghastly
you just keep going, and you can just tuck. Look at that.
God, look at that.
That was a ghastly dish you just taught us how to make. Lauren Sotomayor, the Cheese Chica. You can find her on Instagram and our website, HoustonLife.tv. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congrats on baby on the way.
I know, yeah.
It's great to see
Thank
you,
you. It was
Lauren.
so great to see you, Bruce.
We'll be right back.